Do you want to hit sniping clips like these?
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel
Then look no further, because today what I have for you guys is my week 6 challenge response video for Respawn recruits. This week we got Education Station, so what better way than to implement my routes into this challenge with a sniping tips and tricks video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. It's completely free. Don't forget that little bell right next to it. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into it, guys. All right, starting off, we gotta start with what you're going into the match with. Obviously, you can find so many class setups, settings videos out there. I really don't want to dive into it too much, but I do want to help explain why we are choosing the attachments that we do. Starting off here, we've got the muzzle brake. That's going to help with your first shot recoil control and kick reset speed. That is huge for helping you center that crosshair in the middle of the screen. And then we got barrel. We got the short barrel, helps with the jumping ADS speed as well as the jumping sprint to fire speed. I like having that for my mobility and how aggressive I play. You can go with reinforced barrel to help that damage range and bullet velocity, or even long barrel to help out with that the bullet velocity. Then we have the precision handguard. That's going to help with your idle sway. That helps your gun not move as much when you're aiming down sight, as well as the horizontal recoil control. You want all the recoil control you can have, essentially. That way, every time you shoot, that gun is going to return to its center point, and it'll help you with that aiming. And then there's a couple of other options that people will run as well, like the aiming idle sway, stuff like that. On the LR, I'm going to pause it right here. On the LR specifically, I run extended mag 2. It makes it to where you have 10 rounds in each mag. I just prefer it. It does knock down your ADS speed, reload quickness, and sprint to fire speed, but on the LR, it really doesn't affect me that much. I like running it this way. You can go with the extended mag 1 to where you get 7 bullets. On basically everything else though, I only run extended mag 1 at most, except for the SVD. You really don't need an extended mag on that thing. Extended mag 2 just slows everything else down too much, to where the LR, it really doesn't affect me that much. Then a quick draw grip, this is a must-have. It helps with your ADS speed. It does affect the flinch resistance, but when you're sniping, you're trying to get clips, or even just sniping in general, you need that ADS speed, so that is a must-have. Combat stock, you can go with a variety of options here. I go with the combat stock. It helps out with the flinch resistance. Heavy stock is the popular pick as well because of that flinch resistance, but it does the same thing and you get a little bit more. It helps out with the mobility. And then Strelok laser is a non-negotiable as well. The hip fire to ADS accuracy, that also helps with your centering, and it also makes it to where it will not sway as much. So you want to counteract all of that as much as you can while still building up your ADS speed. So the Strelok laser, it's a meta. You absolutely have to run this on your class. And then we got rapid fire. You gotta have rapid fire on there. It ups your fire rate, makes it to where you can pick off targets quicker. It does go against bullet velocity, ADS speed, and sprint to fire speed, but it's a non-negotiable. That's why we have the quick draw grip to help counteract that a little bit. And then going into the rest of the setup, I run stem shot. I run Simtex, but I switch it to combat axe right here. I've been running combat axe more frequently now, but it really doesn't matter. That's kind of whatever. Field upgrade, I run tack insert so I can stay close to their spawn. Flak jacket is a must-have against all the nades. Fast hands is what I run. And then slipstream, this is the new perk they just put into this game. It takes out tack sprint completely. You're never just raising your gun up in the air. It's more traditional Call of Duty movement to where you're just keeping it down low. It also helps with your ADS speed as well. So that is a must-have when you are sniping on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 specifically. And then of course we got Gunfighter as well. That's just to help out with those attachments. I like running Gunfighter on this game. Going into my next point, something I highly recommend. It changed my gameplay a ton, especially when I was kind of just first starting off back on like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and whatnot. But it really is a game changer. It helps kind of build up your reps and helps you get your shot down. You'll load up a private match, and then what you're essentially going to do is, I always just load up Nuketown when Nuketown's available. It's just the perfect map. It's small. It also helps kind of build up your rotation, how you need to spin, spin around the map, kind of know the spawns just off the top of your head, whatnot. But you can see right here, I'm going to load up Nuketown, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings right here. You're going to want to up that time limit all the way. They don't have unlimited, which is crazy, but I set it to 45 minutes. And then the score limit, you can kind of go off of what you want, depends how rusty you are. I set it to 400 usually. What you're going to want to do next is go into the team settings, and you're going to want to enable that minimap. Turn the radar always on to constant. Help build up in your mind that you are gonna want to look up at that minimap. The minimap is so crucial. We'll touch back on that later in this video. And besides that, you're good. You don't need to change anything else unless you want. The only other thing I would change is sometimes I would load into reps with headshots only with fewer kills. But then go on team 2, you're gonna set the amount of bots to the max, which is 11 on this game, and set them down to recruit. You don't want them just melting you very often. Big thing right here, when you are in your custom game, your classes don't just transfer over. Make sure you put down whatever sniper you are going to be using that day, or whatever you've set out to use first thing. Make sure your class is identical, because if you're going in there with a different class, you change something, it's going to affect your shot, and that's just not what you want. So make sure everything is the exact same. As you can see here, my camera's blocking it, but I got the muzzle brake, I've got the short barrel, I've got all of the same attachments. And then I go through here and I make sure I changed my perks back as well. After you've done that, make sure your class is all good. You're good to go ahead and start up that lobby. You're gonna load in, but right here, something I wanna point out is you can see this center dot. You want to get good at, especially when you're doing these practice lobbies, you can see right here, especially with on controller, it's gonna help anyways because of the aim assist. But you wanna get good at just tracking people with your center dot. That's really gonna help your shot, and it's gonna change a lot with your centering. Centering is the biggest thing about sniping and quickscoping as in general, is if you can keep people in the center of your screen, you're set. I cut to a clip right here that I hit while I was doing this for this video. Obviously I'm going around very fast, but I'm making sure that everybody's in the center of my scope, except for that one, I just kind of no scoped them. I turn around, I take time. Something I do that is a little bit different than some people do, especially on the newer Call of Duties, is back on Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, etc. is I really liked dragging my scope. I liked hitting drag scope shots, and so I would always kind of zoom in and then I would drag and almost kind of like flick somebody. I still have that habit. I don't necessarily just do it every time. But that's something that you just kind of build up with reps to where, you know, over time I've gotten used to it and I can still do it on this game, but it is not ideal. You do want people to just be in the center of your screen. That is going to just help your shot out the most. So I wanted to go ahead and point that out. And see, like right there, it was so quick, but I dragged down. And then I did this until 400 on this one. Something I like to do at the end of my runs is to help kind of, you know, set in your brain that you need to aim higher so you don't load up into these matches and get hit markers all the time. For the last 50 or 20 or so kills, go for headshots only. That's really going to help when you load up into these multiplayer matches and you're not just going to get hit markers. You're already kind of, you know, in your head, you're aiming higher. And so that's definitely a big thing. Do at least, I would say minimum of 20 last kills to where you're doing headshots only. That is really going to help. All right, guys, I want to use this clip. I'm pulling up Pamaj's fastest sniping nuke. This is a perfect embodiment of what I mean by minimap. I can't stress how big the minimap really is whenever you're, especially when you're sniping, whether you're going for streaks, nukes, or you're trying to go for clips, or just everything in between. Even if you just want to play Call of Duty well, it doesn't even matter if you're sniping. If you're playing Call of Duty at all and you want to get better and you know you're not using a minimap, you need to start using it. And I'm going to use this clip right here as the example. And so this is, I think, the start of his streak. I think I started, yeah, this is gonna be the start of his streak. I want you guys to watch his eyes and how often he is darting to the top left to look at this minimap. I want you guys to see, he's looking at almost after every single kill, unless something's already just right in front of him. but you guys need to start looking up at the mini map, and I'm using this because this is a perfect clip to show you how important that is. And he darts quick. I mean, you're looking quick. You can't just stare at it. See, he did it again. He did it right after that kill. You could see him. He's literally just glancing at it. You guys probably can't see my eyes because of the fucking glasses and the lights, and it's especially huge when you have your UAVs, or if you get your harp. Your harp, you want to be constantly staring at that thing. If you're not using your minimap, you shouldn't be running harp anyways. But see, he called it in, instantly was just staring at it. And it's easy to look at one of the greatest snipers of Call of Duty history and be like, yeah, this is how you should snipe, because it's fucking self-explanatory. But what I'm trying to get you guys to take away from this video and be able to implement it into your Call of Duty gameplays is that mini map, because look at him right now, he's just staring at that fucking thing. You guys need to be using that mini map. It is so huge, and I promise you, once you get into the habit of being able to dart your eyes up to that top left corner of your screen, it's going to be a game changer for you, and you'll see yourself start to improve, and as you get used to it, it's going to change everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. If you thought this video was helpful, drop a comment down below. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what stood out to you guys. I'm always trying to learn as well, so if there's something I missed, please let me know. I'm always looking to get better at this. I've been doing it for a long time, but I always want to get better, so drop a comment down below. But thank you guys so much. I hope to see you guys in week 7 of Respawn Recruits. And if you are also in this challenge, good luck to you as well. I hope to see you guys all there. Peace.